opportunities for all by 2030. Sorry, I just lost my mouse here. So when you're dealing with technology, you always have to assume that something will go wrong. Let me just see what's happening here. Okay, so earlier I said that we see the outcome of the activities as progressing from lower order thinking skills to higher order thinking skills to humanizing skills. So if you look at the bottom, and this Bloom's taxonomy of cognitive skills was explained very well by Dr. Lilia yesterday. So if you're starting from the bottom of the ladder, the lowest order thinking skill is remembering. And then somebody gave some digital verbs like social bookmarking, searching, Googling. Those are at the lowest end of thinking skills. And then as you go up, you go to understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and then finally to creating. So today we would start learning about planning, delivery of online courses, which should have outcomes, assessment, and activities, whether you're doing it, planning it for synchronous or asynchronous, designing a digital course or an online course, and finally delivery. And at some point, we want you to start sharing your knowledge, participating in the digital space, and becoming responsible digital citizens. Our approach, as I have said earlier, is based on three things: learner-centered pedagogy, open content, and leverage technologies. So for instance, in terms of delivering learning and teaching materials, this picture is from ABS-CBN about 3 days ago, where the teachers were delivering their materials and hitching a ride on a payloader. Or you could use this box from the Kaisipan box, where you have lots of content, lots of open educational resources that you can choose for your teaching purposes. Here's another technology solution. It's called a locally accessible cloud system. It started out as a mobile van size to deliver telecommunications in areas where after disaster has occurred. And now they have shrunk it into this small attaché case. And we're hoping that, I mean, we discussed it with the designers of this locally accessible cloud system. And so we said, you know what, if you can use it for disaster, why not during normal days in places where there's no electricity and there's no internet? These are just some of the examples of the content providers that have agreed to share their content. That doesn't mean that we don't have any work to do. We still have to look through the material, analyze the material, assess it, and see how applicable it is to our learning situation. That's the opening page of the Kaisipan LMS. I will not talk about it because that's the whole subject matter today. Just one more thing here in terms of how we see the theory of change. At the bottom are the activities of learner-centered pedagogy, open complementary content, and leverage last kilometer technologies. And those will lead to results or outcomes where educators are able to learn, able to create, and able to share. And all of those things together lead to digital literacy and somehow lead to transforming learning and teaching and contributing to DepEd's quality of learning outcomes. So yesterday, we started our series with Dr. Lilia Huele. She's the Director of E-Learning and Academic Technology, Professor of Ethics and Management at Rockland Community College. And she did a session on designing and teaching online courses. We are going to be hearing from Dr. Hueli again on Friday, and she will be talking about transitioning from traditional face-to-face to virtual synchronous. So today we are going to do something about creating your e-classroom by using MoodLearn. Yesterday, Dr. Huele also shared this graphics about Bloom's taxonomy. I'm not gonna explain it. I'm sharing the slide because it helps us transition to what we need to do today. I will be sending you some links to some more information about Bloom's digital taxonomy. This was some of the requests made yesterday. I will send the files via the chat room later. And our presenters from MoodLearning will talk about the objectives of the MoodLearning tutorial. As you can see, there's introduction, roles, different groups, resources, activities, and so on. And there is an objective. At the end of this self-paced course, the participants shall be able to show a working knowledge on key aspects of running a course on an LMS, particularly Moodle. So our three guests, our three partners from MoodLearning are Shaz. She has a BS in computer science. She is well equipped to provide customer queries and concerns from partners of MoodLearning. She ensures that all concerns are attended to in a timely manner. Edward has a BS in visual communication from UP College of Fine Arts. He's an e-learning developer, graphic designer in MoodLearning Incorporated. It's a tech company specializing in e-learning. And finally, we have Maria Elena, we call her Malen, who's the VP for sales. She has 30 plus years of experience in sales and various other fields. So with that, I would like to call on Malen, or is it Edward?
It's Edward.
Okay.
We give the floor to Edward.
The floor is yours, Edward.
Yeah, thank you, Ma'am Mary.
I will stop share.
Or would you like to see first the responses that we have from the online form?
Sure.
Yeah. Right now we only have 27 out of the 54 participants. Let me share my screen. Where is it? There. Are you seeing my screen? Yeah, these are the responses. Do we have the same screen? Responses from the LCMS. Their expectation from the session actually is how to create online classroom and MoodLearning, understand what MoodLearn is and its application in the online classroom, to know how to use Moodle, expecting to learn a new platform, module scripts, how LMS works, writing modules, Moodle customization, process of using online tools for online teaching, develop my skills in the utilization of MoodLearn, learn practical skills, efficient use of MoodLearn, methods in handling online teaching, more about the LMS and how to make use of the system efficiently, insights and learning in designing and teaching online, how to use a different LMS, use a MoodLearn to gain more knowledge, how to use MoodLearn in online teaching, equipped in this new normal, new ideas, design concepts, advantages and disadvantages of Moodle, a more structured virtual learning, designing online platforms, online design, how to navigate the Moodle platform, and So I have already started asynchronous and synchronous learning modalities. I'd like to know more about and equip myself and my team with the latest and most effective way of teaching and what the webinar offers exactly. Malen or Edward, can we attain
Yeah.
all these objectives in 2 hours?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Another for MoodLearning.
Yes.
Yeah, just to be sure.
Excuse me. Yeah, Tony, you start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
That's too too many.
that's too many. Yeah. Yeah. And then I also asked other expectations from MoodLearn. We are. I saw here what melks are. We are not discussing melks. We are only discussing MoodLearn and how to use and create. Yeah, there will be a super demo, but then the rest will be discussed by Edward later. Modular printed materials, practical application of MoodLearn, no more features. Siguro as we go along, I shared this to you, Malen, as we go along during the breaks. Maybe you can answer some of these questions. And for Maria,
Yeah.
these are for Maria, expectations from Kaisipan, knowledge that will apply nowadays, organization will help more digitally literate, facilitated training, etc. Then again, Maria will look into this and answer this as we go along. For the profile, yeah, we have a very varied participants. Majority are on between 1 to 2 years of teaching, followed by less than 1 year. So basically, baguettes. Level of teaching, the 50% of
That's
the
a
team.
good audience. That's a good participant.
Ka-age natin, Malen.
Yes. Sorry.
50% are teaching high school, followed by college and elementary. Most of them are teaching English, writing, and literature, and then social studies and history, computers, technology, math, and science. The rest, we have probably this from Philippine High School for the Arts, Dance, Theory, and Practice. And that's all. Good morning, everyone. I'll give you back to Edward.
Thank you. That was very good background.
So let me just share my screen. Okay, so yeah, hello, good morning to all the participants of our webinar today. This is Edward. So I'm gonna be discussing with you the basics of LMS or the Learning Management System. I am going to present a PowerPoint slideshow first, and then afterwards, we will have a live demonstration of the basic course creation within an LMS. So before we begin, let me just give you a brief introduction about MoodLearning Incorporated. So MoodLearning is a technology service company. We specialize in learning management system or LMS and the development of interactive learning materials dedicated for e-learning. Uh, Recently, we got recognition from DICT as a cybersecurity assessment provider for vulnerability. So in other words, all the data provided by our clients are guaranteed to be secured. Here are some of our school partners. We have University of the Philippines Open University. We have Bicol University Open University, University of Cebu, and then the Immaculate Conception School of Baliwag, Bulacan. So we are the provider for their LMS. And for the UPOU, can I just share that they have been our clients since 2015, so up to present. So, and then these are our government partners. So as you can see, learning management system is not just for schools. LMS is also being utilized by corporate companies, especially in training their employees. Um, like I said, we also develop interactive learning modules. If you're not familiar with interactive modules, they are basically somewhat similar to PowerPoint, but the main difference is that the student can click on the content. So they can move objects around the screen. Uh, they can do drag and drop and all sorts of interactivity. The content can also be gamified to enhance engagement. This one is done for Zulig Pharma. The other one, the before, is done for Department of Health, Philippines. It's about tuberculosis. So initially, we wanted to show you an actual SCORM or shareable content object reference model package, but it's a huge file, and we're trying to minimize errors. So for the presentation, we just opted to go for screenshots. But if you're interested, you can look it up on the net. There are so many good examples out there. So we also develop mobile apps. So in order from left to right, top to bottom, the first one is the Blurn Mobile. It's a gateway app for e-learning platforms that's supported by MoodLearning. And then we also have Quakey. This one is nice. It's a public service app that aims to raise awareness about earthquake, especially in the Philippines. It parses data directly from Vbox, and here you can view the last 10 earthquakes that occurred in the Philippines within 100-kilometer radius from your location. So if there's an earthquake near, the app will alert you. And then we have the ML Box. This one is an offline version of your learning management system. So this can be an advantage to those areas without internet connection. And then lastly, we have eCoach. It's an e-coaching mobile app that can be integrated into your LMS. So you can access it directly from your devices, mobile devices, smartphones, tablets. So not just in your laptop or PC. So for those of you who are not yet familiar with LMS or Learning Management System, it is basically a virtual classroom that can be accessed using the internet. So at the moment, there are so many learning tools that are available online. So for example, we have Google Classroom, we have Zoom, we have YouTube. So some of you might be thinking, why LMS? So now I'm going to share with you a few reasons why schools need to have their own LMS, especially at these trying times. So number one, having an LMS organizes learning content in one location. Here, the teachers can upload and organize their materials in one place. So the students will have a single source of content, instructions, and questions. So it's helpful because it's going to keep your content centralized. And then it also provides easy tracking and reporting. Uh, Teachers can track the progress of their students right away. So in one glance, you can see who already finished the course, who is halfway through, and who didn't even start studying. LMS also create engaging courses. So you can easily combine text, images, and video in a learning management system, which you cannot do on paper, right? Um, Through the use of more engaging materials, like the one I've shown before, the SCORM, you can keep your students focused and engaged now so that they can learn more. LMS also provide better results through engagement and gamification because the learning material is more engaging. Users are expected to learn more, And using gamification in the LMS keeps your learner interested and challenged as well. And lastly, having an LMS reduces learning and development costs. Uh, the LMS gives you the power to minimize travel costs and also the uh, printing costs for the learning materials, because since the learner can access their courses online as well as the materials, the instructions, you won't have to worry about, for example, printing out the manuals in paper, because, like I said, all of the information that your learners need is already in the LMS. It's accessible online. Now, let me discuss with you some of the LMS features and the service package that we provide to schools. So we have course management, we have activity management, a proctoring system, and then other features, and then lastly, the service package. So for the first course management feature, we have grouping learners. So there is an option to group your students accordingly. So you can group them depending on their section, depending on their age, or depending on their location, just as shown in the sample. And then we have bulk registration and bulk enrollment.
Edward, for a while.
Yes, ma'am.
I will just mute all, and you have to raise your hand to unmute para lang mawala yung ambient sound. Okay. Now I'm asking you to unmute.
There.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, there is also an option to enroll users at once. So all we need is their name, their last name, the password, and the email. And then in just a few clicks, everyone in the list will be enrolled. So you don't have to set it up one by one. Next is user log reports. Here, we can monitor the login activity of the students. So here, the information provided, the file that they viewed, and then the IP address that they used while accessing the files or the course. And then activity restriction to participants. You can add restrictions to certain activities within the course. For example, you can restrict uh, the student can proceed to the next module unless they satisfy the requirements of the previous module, so that the course would be linear. It would follow a timeline.
Share your screen.
Oh, it's not shared. Wait, let me check.
It is shared.
Sorry.
I'm seeing his screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's shared.
All right.
Shared. You mean share your slide later? Right now it is shared.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it says it's shared.
Yeah, it's shared. It's shared. I can see the screen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, going back. As you can see on the screen, here are some restriction options. So one is the activity completion, like I said, so that the student can proceed unless they satisfy the previous course requirements. And then we have the date for access in limited time and date. And then we also have grades. So unless they pass, for example, or the exam or the quiz, they can proceed to the next lesson. And then we have, of course, the grading system. Uh, in one look, as you can see, we can already assess the standing of the student, if good or failing, and it is based on the activities and their corresponding grades. So it's instant. This window will be also appearing on the student's profile, so they can already assess if they're doing good or not. And then lastly, we have the learner session tracking. So before we saw the log reports, now we have the learner session tracker. Here, aside from the date and time, we can also see the duration that they spent while accessing your course or your modules. Now let's go to uh, activity management. So here are some of the available activities that you can include in your course within the LMS. So you have assignment, we have the book, chat room, blogs, feedback, forum, survey, journal, workshop, video embedding, glossary, question bank, and then the SCORM. So here are just some of the options, but there are a lot. Later on, I'm gonna show you. And then we have the proctoring system. Uh, MoodLearning developed an online exam platform, which is called Proctorial. Uh, this seeks to maintain integrity in online tests using a multifaceted approach to educational assessment. So by using Proctorial, we can do time limits. We can limit the number of screens that they can view the exam. So basically, this is to avoid cheating. And then we have the quiz feature. Here, as you can see, these are the available question formats that are supported in our LMS. So all you have to do is choose one question format and then click on the add button. Later on, I'm gonna demonstrate how this works. And then this is how the actual quiz would look like. Uh, so as you can see here, it's laid out. It can be laid out in a certain number. For this one, it can be viewed 3 questions per page. It can be 1 question per page. Yeah, it can be customized. And then we also support webcasting. So for instances where you need to conduct online meetings or discussions, we support Zoom integration within the LMS. You can also use MoodLearning's anti-plagiarism check if you want to confirm the intellectual honesty of the material submitted by the student. And so this is a plugin that checks whether, for example, an essay was submitted to you. It's gonna check the internet and a few other databases. If they would match any content, it's gonna give you a percentage of the match. So basically, yeah, it's to avoid plagiarism. And then we also have a mobile app. We can develop a mobile app where you can use your LMS, access it within smart devices. And then these are the service package that we offer. Of course, installation and customization of the LMS, the regular upgrade, server hosting, backup servers, security and maintenance, help desk and support, and of course, the online training for the teachers and administration to fully utilize the potential of the LMS. And that's it for the presentation. Shall we proceed to the demonstration?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Wait, has everyone logged in already to my eTraining PH? we emailed you the steps on how to log in.
I
Please review.
Again, ma'am?
Yeah. You can
Or-
review the steps. Yeah.
or you can put it in the chat box.
Uh,
Chas,
yeah,
can you put it in the chat box?
let me just...
While waiting, let's do some polling activity.
Okay, are we ready for the demo?
Give us a few minutes.
Yeah, sure. Just give me a go signal.
Yeah, I just ended the poll and this is the result. So I think 97% of our participants needs to do an online training this school year. And 21 of them doesn't have an MIS unit in their school. And 11 of them is it's their first time to use an LCMS. So maybe that will help you more in delivering the lecture, Edward. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, thanks.
No pressure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Edward, take it slow,
Slow.
so that they can follow.
Oh, was I too fast? I'm sorry.
No,
Okay,
it's okay. For the demo.
Okay, let's proceed. Oh, sure. I'll go slower this time. Okay, let me just share my screen. There. Is it showing up?
Yeah, there are questions in the
Yeah.
chat box that maybe Miss Malen or Shaz can answer.
Yeah. Sige.
Yes, please.
Kim, Shas, did we give them the user and the password? Username?
Oh, yeah. Now I want everyone, please, of the participants to uh, log into my.etraining.ph. Yeah, you actually need to create an account. Wait, let's do a... I'm gonna log out first. Let me show you a walkthrough. Okay, so when you access the site, this is gonna be the homepage. So you have three options for logging in, or for signing up rather. So you can log in using your Facebook, you can log in using your Google, but there's also a third option, which you create a new account. which I suggest you use this one, the create a new account. So here you indicate your username, and then the password. And then for the enrollment key, you type at, uh, at symbol, capital K, small a, capital I, S, I, P, small a, small n, and then 01. The enrollment key is important because we're going to access on exclusive content, which is only accessible through this enrollment key. So please don't forget to skip this one. And then you just fill out the rest of the form and then create new account. I hope everyone's following through. Let's give them a few minutes maybe to register on the site. So again, for those who did not follow, let me repeat.
Edward, can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
give an example of a username and a password so they can have an idea of what a
Oh
username
yeah.
is?
So a username is, it's basically you use this to log in. It's going to be your name in the site. So you, like for this example, I just used my name. Yeah, it's Edward. You can also add numerical symbol for it to be unique. Now for the password, well, we suggest it's a combination of alphanumeric character. You can also include uppercase letter and non-alphanumeric character as well. Yeah, but the most important part is that you don't skip the enrollment key. Again, it's at capital K, small a, capital I, capital S, capital I, capital P, small a, small n, 01. I'll just put this on the chat box. Wait.
It's already in the chat.
Oh, it's already there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, now let me just log in again. So yeah. So this is what we are going to see once we log in my e-training ph. So this one is this is my profile page. This is the dashboard. So just to repeat, I'm going to do a live demonstration on how to create a course within an LMS. So to start, I hope everyone already has access to my e-training ph. Uh, oh, by just a disclaimer. Uh, I'm just gonna be doing a live demonstration. Uh, but uh, it's not going to be uh a step-by-step follow through because right now it's not possible to give everyone a course creator role on the spot because to create a course you have to be assigned as a course creator, but by default every uh, login, every sign up uh, will be classified as a student role. So yeah, right now I'm just gonna give you a preview on how things work. Yeah, I hope that's clear. So
Tatlo pa lang yung apat pa lang. The password was a bit tricky though. Wow.
yeah,
Four pa lang yung nag-say yes. Five.
mm-hmm. Yeah, by the way, you need to confirm it using your email.
6.
Yeah, you have to receive a confirmation mail from the email you provided.
6, 7.
Okay, so for everyone who already has created an account and logged in myetraining.ph, now I want you to go to site home, yeah, the one with the house icon, and then from here go to click on EdTech Today. Okay, so for those who already access the EdTech Today link, so this is what we're going to see. Now, I want you to click on Access for the Teaching with an LMS. Here, the first one. Oh, by the way, before you can access this course, uh, it requires the key pass that we provided before, so the at Kaisipan 01. But if you already included the code in your sign up in your login creation, it would automatically grant you access. Yeah, but for those who used, for example, Google or Facebook login, you're gonna be asked for the key pass. You just have to copy and paste it here so that you can view the course. Well, anyway, this course is a free course. So for everyone who attended this webinar, this is gonna be free. This is gonna be free for use. You can view this, and then at the end of the course, you will be given a certificate uh, that you finished this course on teaching with an LMS. So uh, this course is going to set you up with the knowledge and skills necessary to teach online or conduct a blended learning class. So it demonstrates the use of essential resources and activities in the system, engaging students to achieve desired learning outcomes. So you'll be given an exam as well, just to test how you grasp the knowledge that was provided. So once you access the course, this is how it would look like. Yeah, so if you remember before, I showed you the restricted activity option. So ayan, this is how it would show up. It would appear with a restricted icon. So you can only access the first one. You cannot go through the next uh, courses unless you finish the first one. But for now, uh, shall we proceed to the live demo on the course creation?
Yes, yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get out of here first. And then let's go to site home again. Anyway, you can just check this out later. And again, I'd like to remind you that for now you won't have access to creating a course. So uh, you just have to watch me create one for now, because again, you need to have course creator role for you to be able to create a course. And by default, the new uh, login would make you a student, would give you a student role. So for now, let's start with the course creation. So I'm gonna go to sample courses, and then to create one, you just have to go scroll to the bottom and then click on add a new course. So when you do that, this is gonna show you this form. So we have to fill this up. So of course you have to indicate the course full name. So for this demo, let's just call it demo course. And then if, for instance, the course name is super long, you can also specify a short name for the course so that it would be read easily. So for now, I just have to repeat the course name. And then we can just leave the rest as is. Oh, by the way, when you make a course, you can also customize the time, the availability that the course would have. So for example, the course would only be available for a week, for a month, or for a year. You can specify that here. So we have the course date and then the course start date rather, and then the course end date. Okay, here we can also include a description for the course. So here, let's just say introduction to LMS. And then after that, we can also add a course image. So this would serve as, if you're familiar with Facebook, this would look like a cover photo for the course. So we can just click here on the arrow, on the box, and then the window will pop up. And then we have choose file. And then pick some nice photo. And then once done, just click on the upload this file. And there we have it. For the rest of the options, you can just leave it as is for now and click on save and display. Okay, so as you can see, the image on the top, that's what we uploaded before. It serves as the cover photo of the course. So by default, once you created the course, you will be given 4 subtopics, but you can add or remove them according to your need. So for us to be able to customize the course, we just have to click on the gear icon at the top right corner, and then click on the turn editing on option, the one with the pencil icon. And then this clickable link would appear, the ones with the edit and add activity or resource button. So to start, let's change the topic name first. So the topic one, let's maybe name this Math 101. There. So let's, we're not going to be using the rest of the topic. So we just click on edit and then delete topic. So we'll just do this for the rest. There. So we only have now Math 101 as a topic. Now, for us to add content for this topic, we just have to add a resource or activity. Oh, by the way, since we already have a course, of course, we need to enroll the students first. Okay, so to do that, we just go to participants, and then we click on enroll users. So here, if you already have your students uh, logged in or created an account in my e-training, you can search their names at the search box. So let's say, so let's add students. And then we can assign the roles. So yeah, like I said, by default, once you created an account, your role will be automatically assigned as a student. But the role can be assigned accordingly. So if you want for your use, you have to ask your site administrator to grant you a higher role. For example, a course creator role, to be able to create a course. So for now, once you selected the students that you want to enroll in your course, you just click on the enroll users. And then their names would appear here, as well as their roles. So here, since I created the course, my role is indicated as teacher or course creator. Okay, now once done, let's go back to our course, which is demo course. Let's click on the link, and then there we have it. So the first thing we want to add for your course is attendance. So of course, attendance is important because we want to know if the students have already accessed our course, right? So I suggest doing this, but this one is optional. But I think this is ideal, especially now that we're not going to have face-to-face interaction at the moment with our students. So yeah, this one would do the trick in monitoring whether they are actively viewing your course, or whether they're actively uh, doing activities within the course. So by default, when you add an attendance, this is going to show up. So we'll just you're going to be asked to name your attendance. So let's just put attendance for Math 101. Then you can also add short description, but yeah, we're just going to leave this as is, and then save and display. So here, when you click on the attendance, this is what is going to show up. So you have the name of the students, and then we also have the total time that they spent online while viewing your course. And then you can also see when they last accessed your module. But since the students haven't yet accessed the course, of course, it says 0 minutes. Anyway, let's go back to our course. So now we have the attendance. Now the next thing to do is for us to upload a material. And we do that by clicking again on add an activity or resource. So let's say, for example, we need to upload a lecture, let's say. So it can be a, a Word file, it can be an Excel file, or a PDF file. Or LMS supports various types of document files. But for this one, uh, okay, we just scroll down and then click on the file. So let's say we want to upload the document file, right? So you scroll down and look for the file, and then just click on add. So again, you will be asked to name your file. So let's just name this one as introduction. You can add a short description, but it's optional. And then now we want to select the file that we want to upload. So again, click on the arrow and then choose file, and then for intro. So once done, once you choose the file, you just click on the upload this file button. And once the icon showed up, it's good. And then you can save and display. Yeah, you have to remember to always save because it doesn't automatically do that for you. You have to save every step so that it can be updated in the course. So again, let's go back to the course. And there we see we already have our attendance, and then we have the file that we uploaded. This one, an introduction. It shows it here. Now, since we already have a material uploaded, what we want to add next is an exercise, or let's say a quiz. So to do that, again, we just have to click on add an activity or resource. So every time you want to add something for your course, you just click that button. And then we scroll down and look for the quiz. And as you can see, these are the available options or files that are supported for adding inside your course. So there's so many things that you can do here. But yeah, for now, we just add quiz and then click add. By default, again, we have to indicate the name of the quiz. So just name this as quiz number 1. And then short description, but this one is optional. And then leave the rest as is, and then save and display. So yeah, so once done, this is going to take you to this window. So by default, of course, the quiz has no item set. So to be able to add items or questionnaires, we need to click on this button, edit quiz. And then there. Now to add the questions, you just simply click on the add button at the right side of the screen, and then click add a new question. So here we have 3 options. We have add a new question, from question bank, and a random question. Now, most of the time we just want to click on the add new question, but in cases wherein the questions are already available or pre-made, you can access you can access them from a question bank. Now, a question bank is a collection of pre-made questions that can be used and reused throughout the LMS or throughout the course. So for now, we click on add a new question. Here, like I've shown you before in the PowerPoint, we have a huge collection of question formats supported within our LMS. Here we can add a multiple choice type, true or false type of question, matching type, and so on and so forth. We can add an essay here, and we can also have calculations. But for this one, let's go for a true or false. Okay, we have to again indicate the question name, or let's just name it Q1. And then the question text, of course. So for the question text, yeah, this is where you put the actual question. So let's just 1 plus 1 equals 3. Again, this is a true or false question, right? So here, so the correct answer, 1 plus 1 plus 3, of course, it's false. So yeah, that's right. You indicated here in the correct answer segment. So, and then that's it. We just click save changes. So once saved, the question is going to show up here in your quiz. So there, that's the Q1. The 1 plus 1 plus 3 is equal to 3. So if you want to add, you can add as many questions as needed. So let's add one more. Oh, wait, Nicolas Raymara said, I think the interface of a teacher, creator, editor, admin role is different with that of student's viewer. What we have right now is the teacher, creator, editor one. Yeah, that's the case. Uh, you can only view the content depending on your role, depending on the role assigned to you. So, for example, I am a course creator, so I can see everything within the course. But if you're a student, you'll only be limited to the things that are specified to be seen by students as specified by the course creator. Excuse me. So again, we're gonna add another question for this one. Let's add a multiple choice. Just to show you how you can vary the types of question you can add to your quiz. So again, question name, the question text, the actual question. Let's say it's math, right? So okay, 2 times 2 is equal to, and then we specify our choices. So it can be, since it's a multiple type format, multiple choice format, we can opt for one answer only or multiple answers allowed. But for this one, we go for one answer only. And then you can also customize how the choices would look like. It can be in small caps, all caps, letters, numbers, and so on. Now we specify the choices. So the choice 1, let's say, is equal to 2. And then choice 2, let's say 3. Choice 3, 4. And then choice 4, 5. Now that you already specified the choices, what we need to do is change the grade of the correct answer. So for this one, 2 times 2 is equal to 4. So here we see the grade, it indicates none. So we have to change it. The correct answer must always be 100%. So yeah, definitely. And then the rest live as is, because by default, they're assigned as none. So you only have to change the grade for the correct answer. And then once done, click on the save changes. And then the question would appear here. So in this interface, you can see here at the top right corner, we have maximum grade indicated as 10. So basically, this tells you how many points should be given into one question. So now, since we have two questions, the maximum grade is set to 10. So it's telling us that each question is going to be given 5 points. So 5 times 2 questions is equal to 10 if they get both answers correct. You can also opt to shuffle the questions. This one is useful if you want the students to be given the questions randomly to avoid cheating. So you just have to click on this checkbox and then save. Don't forget to save. And that's it. We have our quiz one. Now let's go back to our demo course. So yeah, we already added an attendance, you already added an introduction, and then of course the quiz. Now, since we have the quiz, by default is everything is accessible by the students. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that they access first the learning material that you uploaded, right? Before they can proceed to the quiz. Yeah, so what we want to do is we have to add a restriction. So to do that, you have to click on the quiz and then go to the edit menu and then edit settings. Okay, now we have to navigate to the restrict access tab here. Restrict access. So click on the add restriction button and then add the necessary restriction that you want. So for this case, yeah, we want to make sure that, like I said, they have already viewed or they already accessed the learning module that you uploaded. So we need to add an activity completion. And here, activity completion, you have to choose which activity they have to satisfy first. And for this instance, we choose the introduction, which is the title of the PDF that we uploaded earlier. And then must be marked complete. I hope that's clear. And then we click on the add restriction. So again, we add restriction to be able to stop the student from accessing an advanced or a requirement that before satisfying the requirement of the previous uh, file or module. So we have a clear timeline. So and then we just click save and display. And then let's go to the demo course again. And then there, so once done, the quiz is going to be marked as restricted. So it's not going to be available unless the activity introduction, which is the file uploaded, is marked complete. Now you can add more content in this course depending on your need. Now you might want to see how the grades will appear. So, okay, let's answer the quiz first so we can check this out. So we can click on the quiz and then click on the preview quiz now. So this is to check how the quiz would look like. So here it goes. This one is question 1. So this one is the multiple choice that we made earlier. So select 1, for example, I select 3. So once done, click on the next page. And then question 2 would appear. False. Then once done, click on finish attempt. Now, once they're done answering the quiz, they will be shown to this screen. Now they have an option to return to attempt or submit all and finish. Now once they click return to attempt, what it does is it would make them retake the whole exam or the whole quiz. But it's not mandatory. You have an option to stop them from retaking the quiz and then just click on submit all and finish. So yeah, once submit and finish is clicked, they will be given this summary. So the date and the time that they access the quiz, uh, the time taken, the time they spent to answer the quiz, and then of course their grade, their marks, and then also it would be the questions are going to be shown here as well and marked correct or wrong, and if wrong, the correct answer will be shown as well. Okay, now if you want to view the grades of your students, you just go to the menu at the left and then click on grades. And then here, the names of your students will show. So for example, here, Adrian Ragasa answered the quiz and she scored 5. Yeah, you can see the summary here of all the students. Now, since we access the grades viewing, let's go back to the course demo again. And by default, this is how the layout would be. But you can be creative. You can change the layout by clicking on the gear icon and then edit settings. And then change the layout under format. Here, by default, it's set in topics format. But yeah, there are a lot of available formats here that can vary the change or the look of the course itself. Now let's try tiles format. Now to view, you just have to click save and display. And then it's gonna show up as, if you want to, as a course creator, since I turned my editing off, I can, the view will show me the course creator interface. But if we want to see how the students would see the course themselves, we should turn editing off. And this is how it would look like. like in their perspective. So since we changed the layout, this one is in tile view. This is how it's going to show up. So let's try. Click on the on the topic, and then here we can access that. We can even change the look of the topic itself. So since it by default it has an icon, but we can change it. We can upload a new photo for it, and choose a file and upload a photo you think is nice. Then click on Save Changes. And there, done. Again, let's turn editing off so we can see how the students would see the course. And there, it looks nice. Yeah, like I said, you can be creative. After all, the LMS is just a tool or a platform, and just like in real life, the output of the course would still depend on the educators, right? So, yeah, I guess that's it for the uh, course creation demo. Yeah,
After this, we have to show the competency feature.
Yes,
I
and
guess
also the student engagement features like the discussion forum.
so. Are we going to discuss the other features or the competency first?
Yeah, whichever you guys want to do first. Yeah.
Yeah, we show you the competency feature first.
Okay, that will be good.
Yeah, thank
okay,
you.
now let me give the stage to Kim, or rather Mina. I'm gonna give Mina the stage. Let me stop sharing now. Yeah.
Mute yata yung speaker natin.
Oo nga. Mayna, naka-ano ka ba? Mayna, naka-mute ka. Siya, si Mayna.
Mina. Mina, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Saan siya? Are you logged in as Mina? Oh, Michael.
Yes. Mayna. Lizelle Mayna.
I don't see her.
Ay. Ito na, from Lizelle. Nakamute ka, Mayna. Unmute. Sino ba ang mag-mute?
Hello,
Unmute.
sino ang i-unmute ko?
I think I
Si
did already.
Lizelle Mayna. Yeah, Lizelle Mayna. Alejandro.
Okay na. But
Hi, Lizelle.
she's not
Hi,
speaking.
morning po.
Okay, good.
Ayun.
Okay, konting volume. Yeah.
Yes po. So now I'm going to
Okay.
discuss the
Okay.
competencies, course competencies. Competence describe the level of understanding or proficiency of a learner, certain subject or course. So it refers to systems of assessment and grading where students demonstrate these competencies. So first, let's navigate po in the course. Here in your course, just go to the left navigation bar, then go to competencies. Here po. Just click the competencies here. Then you can add competencies to your course. And here, just click here, add competencies to course. But first, you need to create first competency frameworks. This competency frameworks is only available for managers. So you need to manage first competencies and frameworks here. Just click here po, manage competencies and frameworks, which is only available for managers. This is not available for teachers. So after clicking this, you will go here in this page. Then you need to add a new competency framework. Then you need to, as a manager, you can create the competency framework for math subjects. You need to provide the name of the competency framework, then description. Take note that ID number is required. So you need to put an ID number. Then also, you need to indicate the scale for this competency framework. We can just put the default competency competence skill. Then for your taxonomies, like for example, for level 1, you will put, if you finish level 1, you need to give it a name, which is, you can choose here. For level 2, like for example, you will choose outcome, then level 3 skill, and level 4 for proficiency. Then save changes. So here, we need to choose scale. For this, we need to choose separate and connected ways of knowing. Then save changes. But first, we need to configure first the scale. Here, click scale, configure scales. Then we need to select the default for this. And if it's for efficiency, just click here, then close. Then save changes. Now we have the competency framework. Now we can add a competency for this math competency framework. Just add here level. Then we need to name it for your math competency. ID number is required also here. So we need to put an ID number. And then here in the scale, we can just inherit the competence, the scale from the competency framework that we just created, which is the math competency framework. Then we just save. So now we just created a math competency framework and then added a competency for this framework, which is math competency. So now going back to the course, we'll go back to the demo course. Navigate to the competencies. Now we can add the competency framework, which is the math competency framework. Then choose the competency for this course. Then just click add. Now we just added a competency in our course. So we can configure this by here, just choose here upon course completion, the student, we can choose here that we need to, as a teacher, we can attach evidence or send for review or just complete the competency once the course is completed. So here we can just complete the competency once the course is completed. That's it, how to add a competency to your course. Any question po about competencies? Please chat in the chat box po if you have questions.
Mayna, can you answer?
Yes po, for Ma'am Bibe. Both po, the teachers and the managers can decide, but the competencies is only available for managers. What I mean is, yung manager lang po yung pwedeng mag-create ng competencies. But adding competencies to your courses available for teachers po. But the creation of competencies is only available for managers.
Anyone else has a question? So just a time check. It is 9:55. Malin, is there any other feature you want to show us?
I guess okay na ito, Maria.
Mhm.
The course creation and the competency. Unless may mga questions pa sila, we can entertain.
Yeah, I think I put there on the chat for everyone to please review the slides from Dr. Lilia Huele yesterday in terms of the content creation. Today's session was very good, very helpful in helping us learn the features of the LMS. But in addition, we have to think about the content, you know, what goes into like topic 1, what are the learning outcomes for topic 1, and then you decide on the assessment and activities. So remember yesterday, last night, we were talking about alignment between the outcomes, the assessment, and the activities. So we will make the system available so people can do it at their own pace. But we will also make ourselves available to answer questions on the substantive part of the course creation. Can I just, I know you answered the different subject areas.
Yes.
In the poll, right? So I suggest that each of the teachers, each of the participants, it's tonight my time, but today that you decide on at least one course or maybe micro course. It doesn't have to be the big course. Have a course plan. And it's also important to have some kind of a syllabus, you know, like the overall course description, the topic description, and so on. And just please review your Bloom's taxonomy and figure out the different levels that you're trying to teach for that particular topic. And then make sure that it goes from lower order thinking skills to higher order thinking skills.
Yeah. So for those who want to access this my training.ph, we would like to ask for their email addresses. I guess they should coordinate with Miss Tony
That's
for
correct.
this,
Mhm.
so we can centralize the submission. So we can give you a teacher role, and you can practice your uploading your courses in the LMS.
Is this our practice platform, or are you going to allow them to go to the Kaisipan MoodLearn?
They should practice first, and then if they're really interested, they can log into the Kaisipan LMS.
So for practice, they should stay with the My eTraining PH, and then for
the use of the LMS already, they can coordinate with Tony for the Kaisipan LMS. So,
Malen, do you have a tutorial? I know you have a tutorial on the different features of the LMS.
yeah,
You have a video.
yeah, we have.
Do you also have one for content creation? Or is
Just
that
the guide, but we really don't have a comprehensive video for content creation, because usually we do SCORM packages. So we convert training materials to interactive. So that's our line of expertise. So, but
can you show, can you open up one of those courses that you have done that's very interactive, just for people to see it?
yeah, we'll choose some courses that they can browse or navigate.
Okay, so and then I guess for just the simple LMS content creation, it sounds like we probably need to do our own tutorial.
Yeah. Yes, Maria.
Okay.
But for those who will sign up with Kaisipan LMS, we can give them a comprehensive tutorial on how to navigate the LMS. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the navigation is maybe the part, but it's the content creation.
The creation, yeah.
More challenging. So,
Yes.
so for those who are going to stick with us for the session tomorrow and for the Dr. Lilia session on Friday, and if you really want to complete creating a course, email Tony so that we can open up not just the practice My e-training, but actually in the Kaisipan. And we probably need another session on course creation for those who are interested. So just email Tony. You can state it in the chat. Can you answer the question from Nicholas on recycling, reopening the course once completed? Yeah, I think the answer is that you can recycle, reopen courses. Okay, so let's give a thank you to Malin and her team. It's an excellent introduction to an LMS and the different features of an LMS. But the difficult work is ahead of us in terms of course creation. And for those who are interested, we will walk you through that course creation part that pays attention to learning outcomes, and the alignment with learning assessments and activities, including some of the interactive features like, well, it's interactive, but student engagement, like the discussion forums. That's very important as well. Okay, so and with that, tomorrow we hope to see some of you or most of you or all of you and some of your friends. We're going to be talking about digital, what does it mean to be digitally literate or digitally competent? Thank you so much, Malen.
Yeah, welcome po. Salamat po sa lahat ng umattend. I hope you you learn from the presentation. If you can still access my etraining.ph, but please give your email addresses to Tony so we can consolidate and use the LMS. Thank you po.
And Malen, can we work with your team to put together like a micro course on the Kaisipan MoodLearn?
Yes, again. Why not? Let's discuss it. Marie. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Is Tony there?
See, Tony had to step out.
Yeah. Somebody was asking if this is recorded. I think this is recorded. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
For
you,
those who want to get a copy of the video, just coordinate with Tony if ever, I guess.
Right, and then we will get all the copies of the tutorials, and that's what we will put in our micro course.
Yeah. Okay.
Salamat.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi, if you're still there, turn video on so I can take a quick photo. Okay, ready? Cleofrey, Sibugero. Okay. 1, 2, smile. 1, 2, smile. Ako, bakit ayaw? Okay, next one. Next group, Juan Carlos, Gerardo, Omar, Lady Chris. Lady Chris. Finish pack na pack. Great. Salamat ulit. How can I unmute everybody?